Welcome back once again to Three Rivers RC Research and Development Center, right outside of the Golden Triangle, downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're here live for In the Throttle, a monthly webcast. This month is May, second of many shows to come. We're here ready to give you a recap on some Three Rivers RC information and look at other racing leagues all around the world. Here we go.
Now, after a couple events in 2011, Bill Steinbach has won two, one non-points and opening day. Chad Limbritter won the third race. In opening day, it was an absolutely amazing finish down to the wire between these two drivers. Going into turn 3, Bill Steinbach was 2 car lengths behind, stayed in the throttle, got right up behind Limbritter, spun him out. Limbritter crossed the start-finish line in reverse. The preseason non-points event, not much to write home about. It was a good race, but it was pretty much a cookie-cutter event, what you'd expect from an event. In the second race of the season, similar to the non-points race, wasn't really exciting, but one great thing that came out of that event, the rules were enforced, and that really shows the maturity of this league and these drivers as they go farther into their driving careers.
Okay, the point standings right now are tied 19-19 between both of these drivers. The new system is working well, as well as the new points package, really making it more organized and a closer battle. Now I'd like to give you a short car update. These drivers have done a little bit of modifications to their cars since the season has begun, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to show you what Chad Limbritter has done to his car. He's really modified something underneath the car because the battery would not stay intact for full races. He's noticed that in already the 2 points events as well as the preseason race. Thank goodness he caught it early in the season. The battery wasn't making connections back here because the battery is slightly smaller than the clips on the inside of his car. He's added some metal tape to this fold down lock here for the battery that really provides some tension, adds some push to keep this battery in the back and keep those metal connectors connected to each other. Now, Steinbach's car has also had some recent modifications. He actually screwed down the body more to the splitter, brought the body closer to the ground, closer to the frame. That really helps his aerodynamics, and his body doesn't wobble on the car like it did last season in the Mustang, which that was sort of a problem for him. He's had some aerodynamic changes. He's also sanded the right front near the headlight up here. That really has gotten some wear and tear into the wall going around turn 4 and onto the backstretch. The cars really take hits there as they go in and out, crisscrossing each other, pushing each other into the wall. There's some really aggressive driving back there. He sanded it down extremely smooth, just like shaved ice.
Another thing I've been doing is just waxing this car to make this car as smooth as possible so the air can go over quicker and faster to keep my aerodynamic advantages intact.
That grill tape, it looks like you refresh it too every once in a while, keep it clean,
oh, yes.
Keep it open.
I like to do it every 2 races, just so it stays. And I do have a small opening so there is some air getting into the motor so it doesn't burn up.
Obviously.
We're going to take a look ahead now at the next few races. Three Rivers RC has set a date for the first road course event of 2011. It will be from the Moon Speedway Road Course, a brand new track never been raced on by anybody. That will be very exciting to see how these drivers can handle not only going but left, also right, up through the chicane, down through the S's, and the acceleration and deceleration of these new sport cars.
It's really going to be exciting. We're going to see these cars really see how they handle on the new track. We're going to get some aerial coverage of that race and really take a look at the race. Bring it to you live on the Three Rivers RC Racing Channel. Now I'd like to look at this week in racing. Nascar All-Star event was pretty non-eventful.
Yeah, it was a pretty dry All-Star event. When you look at the 2010, the whole controversy between Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch, who are teammates. I mean, they were all the hype this season. It was supposed to be one of the best All-Star events in history. Personally, it's at the bottom of my list.
The most exciting part was running over the manhole and
Carl
really,
Edwards.
Carl Edwards
just destroy the entire undercarriage in front of that car.
Ruined the front end. Was not very impressive. Kyle Busch was nabbed for speeding. In other news, he was driving a yellow Lexus, which pretty much says enough there. He's going 128 in a 45 mile per hour zone. So I wonder what that's all about.
Yeah.
On a side note, I'm pretty sure Bill's RC car could beat that Lexus. The Indianapolis 500 is also coming up here soon. It's the 100th time that race has been raced. So we'll look forward to that coming up this Sunday.
Now for the email of the week. But on other notice, we're still looking for a sponsorship. So guys, if you have a channel out there or a company you'd like to promote, email us at threeriversrc@gmail.com or just send us a YouTube message to our inbox. We'll try to get a race named after you.
We promise we're not going to rip on you like we do Chrysler or Kyle Busch.
Also, we do not have an individual email we'd like to thank. So we'd just like to give a big shout out to all of you guys out there for your continued support. And if you have a question, just simply send us a message. We'll try to get it on the show, talk about our cars, the track, etc.
Yeah, you can ask pretty much anything. We're open to all sorts of questions, all sorts of comments. We put it on the show. I think we put the hobby grade thing to rest in the last episode, so we're not going to go back to that. But definitely, if you have any questions about our rules package or whatever, I mean, we've explained everything pretty well, but I'm sure you guys have some questions out there. So you just send us an email, threeriversrc@gmail.com. Okay, now I'd like to take us back to this time last season. This time last season, 2 races into the season at least. We didn't start the season
until the second week of June.
Yeah, until the second week of June. We didn't start the season at the same time we did last year, but the points were still tied 2 races in. Limburger had won an event, and so had Steinbach. So the points were tied. This time it was tied 19-19. There was obviously different points package last year. And they both also won the races in different order, correct?
Yes.
Chad Limburger winning the season opener and Bill winning the second race. So we'll see how that's played out as we go further into the season. Maybe we'll see some similarities. Maybe we'll see some differences. Take a look at that.
So as the summer months roll around, these drivers will definitely not be taking their left thumb out of the throttle. We'll see it here all season long on the Three Rivers RC Racing Channel.